Hi everybody, it's me, Tamala Baldwin, and you are watching Soul Kisses TV.
Don't speak, oh, you just feel with me.
And today we are sitting here with an amazing woman, Miss Adrienne Wallace, who is the VP of Marketing at Viv Magazine. If you don't know, now you know! Adrienne, thanks for sitting with me today. So tell me, how did you go from, being a model to entering the corporate world and becoming, an executive in your field?
I think nothing is by accident, and media has always been a part of my life. So as a child, a ferocious reader is probably the best way to describe me. For me, it was an absolute escape. I discovered reading very, very early. I was probably 4 years old when I was reading. My mom and I were out at Palais Royal, which is synonymous to like a Neiman Marcus today in the 80s. And someone said, she should model. And so being this lanky, tall thing with this bush of hair and this, I think, beautiful black skin, my mom was like, do you want to do it? And so we went to a couple of things, and I think I ended up doing like Sears catalogs.
How old are you when you started?
Oh gosh, I was probably 12. 12?
So you weren't like, a lot of girls are self-conscious when they're young, so you weren't, afraid of your height, were you the big girl?
I never had issue with my height because I was always, my parents had always put me into things, activities that detracted my attention away from social circles and made my height very appropriate. So I was running track and field, and a lot of those girls are long and limby, and I was doing the high jump, the long jump, the hurdles, you know what I mean? So everything that I had that I could scrutinize had a purpose. Yeah, I think my parents had the consciousness. I didn't have the opportunity to be distracted or to have low self-confidence, and I just in other ways was a late bloomer, so I was just very much focused on the activities that they had me do.
Okay, so you were modeling for pretty much a lot of your adolescent years. So
well into young adulthood.
So why didn't you stay with that, and what compelled you to, transition into?
I have the kind of parents with 5 kids who said to me, we're not sure how you're going to get there, but you need to go to college. And I thought that I was going to become an attorney.
So you actually enrolled to University of Pennsylvania.
Okay, so the University of Pennsylvania came after. There was RIT, there was MIT, there was Temple, but I chose that school.
She's smart, y'all.
I chose that school because they had, and still do, they have a co-op career program. I knew that I was going to be a lawyer. Oh, I just knew it, and I said, majoring in political science, and I'm going to minor in Spanish. There was Johnny Cochran, and he was revered and a very good attorney, and there was the O.J. Simpson thing that I couldn't find any real comfort with because I fully believe that he was guilty.
Oh, sucky now.
So that media perpetuating itself on me. Above and beyond that, there was the notion of, marketing. Okay,
so I know when I graduated from college, there was a struggle on finding my place in the world and with regard to my career. But you, I think, have been very fortunate in having great positions with a lot of amazing companies. So who have you worked with, and what advice can you offer to young students that are just graduating from college, how to get to that place as well?
That it doesn't happen when you're just graduating from college.
Oh, it doesn't? It wasn't just me?
No. So it should have happened before. So I had the good fortune of being in a university that its platform was to prepare you for the world. Drexel does that very, very well, probably better than any other, at least private university in the nation. So I had that blessing. But I think that young folks, young adults, need to take it upon themselves and start having the consciousness of looking out in the world to see who are the celebrity figures in business and the businesses that they want to go in? Who are the people that are being celebrated? Who are the high achievers? And I dare them to reach out to those people. I ask that young people use social media You know, use it in a good way. Recognize it as, I wish I had it when I was at Drexel, but recognize it as the building of the resume.
Okay.
The way to establish their digital footprints. Yeah, don't wait until you graduate in May to start scratching your head to say, who's going to work with me?
There are so many people that are scratching their head, you know,
Right,
so.
right. And that's
great advice. I wish I'd had that advice.
Right. Well, so do I. I wish I'd had it as well. But I think that, you know, this particular economy that we are coming out of as well over the past 4 or 5 years, it also dictates that. It dictates that people connect and people engage at a much higher level. The getting is not as easy getting as it used to be.
No.
But we have new modes and mediums, especially living in a sphere that is truly digital.
And more access as well.
To access your dreams.
Yes.
So
who have you actually had the privilege in working with? Like, you have a really impressive resume, so toot your own horn. Beep, beep.
I've worked with a lot of the really impressive people in media. So I work with actors and actresses who will remain unnamed.
Okay.
So many of them I've worked with them in business, and many of them are friends. But I work with major companies. So I work for Time Warner, and under that umbrella is HBO and CNN and a host of different magazines, right? So I've been a lot of places and tenured at a lot of places in my young years.
Yes.
But I think the most impressive of it all is just kind of what I've decided to do with each of those experiences and how I carry those relationships over to each new job.
So tell me more about Viv and how you got started with them. And
Viv is, from a marketing standpoint, very, very technically, it's an all-digital magazine. And it is only a magazine. It is only called a magazine because it rests in pages of what with the content and the editorial and the pictures and the videos and the music exist in pages that you can turn digitally on your screen, on your laptop, your desktop, your iPhone, your iPad.
And there's like
so
no
we
other
call it a
magazine
magazine.
like that, pretty much. You guys are the only female magazine that are on that platform.
This was the very first all digital magazine to come to the iPad. Viv is it is a first. It is it'll be 6 years old in August, and so it originated from the idea of folks that there are women who are affirmed. Viv is not the magazine you go to if you're looking for advice on losing 15 pounds in the next 20 days. If you're looking for advice on how to beg your man. Viv is for the woman who is self-affirmed.
I love that.
She's self-aware. And I wanted to take a step back, and I wanted to do something different. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do, but I'm an incredibly faithful girl. I had connected with Joyce Roche, who was the former president of Girls Inc.
Okay.
And Girls Inc. is what used to be the Girls Club of America. It still very much is, but it's bigger than that. And I said to her, "Where do you want me? I'm on the ground. I'm not on trains, planes, and automobiles right now. Where do you want me?" And she asked me to go sit on the board for the very first Girls Inc. So it's a 147-year-old organization. She's like, they need a marketing mind.
Okay.
You know, tell them I sent you.
So why did you choose Girls Inc. to work with?
Because I'm a girl.
You're a girl.
First and foremost, I loved finding out the history of Girls Inc. and that it originated in what is now my hometown in terms of where I lived for the past 12 years in Connecticut. I live in southwestern Connecticut, and that it originated there.
Okay.
Thought that was a wonderful coincidence.
When you were CEO or executive director at Girls Inc., what programs did you actually initiate to help the girls? I know you did a lot of amazing stuff.
So you know, the one thing about going to Girls Inc. was I gave up $80,000 in salary, so it was a lifestyle change, right?
What?
So yeah, so some people are like, that's like 2 people's salaries. In some parts of the country, it is. I expanded media literacy.
Okay.
The messaging that young girls get from television about how they need to look, what they need to wear, the messages about their sexuality and the value of them as a woman. So I wanted to make sure that I allowed young girls to understand how those messages were created.
Yes.
So we really wanted to get girls behind the camera we wanted to give girls the opportunity to observe and listen to music and say, what's offensive to you and why?
So the girls that
So
are in
media
your commercials were girls are part of the organization.
Oh, those are originals. So that commercial, those with the red paper plates.
Yeah.
Famous commercial for our brand, or the brand. They are all girls and girls from all across the country, predominantly California, but some New York and New Jersey girls as well.
What do you think girls today need to know in order to make it in this society? Like, what tools are they missing something? You know, because things have definitely changed. Like, you know, we're exposed to so much. Like, what do you think girls need to?
I think the first thing that girls need is love, and it needs to be unconditional, and it starts at home.
So you know that Soul Kisses definitely wants to help other people succeed. So
Yes.
with your marketing hat that I know very well,
Right.
tell me, what advice would you give to young professionals and brands out there? Like, how do they actually, you know, what tips would you give them to?
I think the very first thing that I would say to any young professional is that you're not the next anything. You're you. So one of the things that I truly, and this is a strong word, despise hating, I despise hearing, is when a younger person or a younger professional comes to me and says I'm the next this, I'm the next Jay-Z, I'm the next Michael Jackson. There's only one. Each of us are crafted as absolute originals. And so the first thing is to be original, be uniquely you, and listen to people when people are telling you that they observe something that's the best of you. Write it down. Write it down. And if that's not who you want to be, then you can change that. But be honest too with yourself about the good and bad of you, and where it is you want to apply the best of you. Networking is incredibly important, and you don't just network when you're looking for a job. Networking is really about relationships, building relationships with people, having curiosity, asking questions, and there are no dumb questions. There are definitely associations that you can go to.
And do the work. That's what Adrienne loves to tell me.
Yeah.
Do the work and
Yeah.
write it down.
There's a lot of work before you end up sitting in a cubicle in someone's office building. There's a lot of work to be done, and the work starts the moment you have the vision and the moment you say you're impassioned to be somebody or to be who you are. Not the next anything, but to be who you are. You start doing the work then.
Excellent.
So,
And that's Miss Adrienne Wallace, guys. It's me, Tamala, and you're watching Soul Kisses TV.
thanks.
That's amazing. I read an article that mentioned in this day and age, teenagers are having about 145 conversations per week that center around brands. That's a lot of brand talk, you know?
And all this time it's been your face that I was dreaming.